Your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. I think we're live. We are live. Okay. I think, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm gonna just... okay, let's see here. We're live. Okay, we're good. We're good. Space engineers. Okay. So, once again, we're having issues getting it to full screen. I think it has something to do with OBS. That's why it doesn't like doing it. So, lots of things have happened. Not necessarily with the ship build. I've actually been super busy the last couple weeks. Or not couple weeks, couple days. Couple weeks. Last time I streamed was like Friday. It's not been that long. So basically, some things that are going to be changed. And some new ideas and epiphanies I've had with this ship. First off, these are still pretty short. I know we elongated them, but they're still pretty short. Also, I've decided with the name. This bad boy is going to be called the Shadowstalker. It's named after, two things. For one, the gun from, if you guys have ever heard of the game Unturned, it's a railgun in there, in that game, and the name sounds amazing. And this is kind of a railgun. It's a gravity cannon, a railgun-esque thing. Also, I found out, because I, of course, I'm not the first one to come up with a gravity cannon. It's not like something I've just come up with all of a sudden. And this isn't really how you want to do it. Most of the ones, because I did research while, I was, busy, because I didn't have enough time to sit down and stream for a couple hours, but, like, what I would do is I saw what other people were doing, and kind of got a feel for what I should do from them. First off, I used a lot of heavy blocks. This thing is gonna move so slow unless I put, like, 1.5 million engines on it, which is my plan. I plan to just, like, strap, like, 1,500 thrusters to this thing, along with gyroscopes, so this thing just, like, I want this thing to be, like, fast for its size, but have heavy armor as well. That way its defenses are paper thin. Also, I like it, but I don't like the design of this thing so far. So there's going to be a lot of design changes coming up. Namely, I think it would be super cool if, because I'm going to extend this out. So like this is going to look like the end of the railgun part. Also, I've decided we're going to veto these grinders, because the grinders only grind in a 1 block radius, so it's not as big of a grind as I thought it would be. So it wouldn't really make a difference to have them there. Whereas rocket launchers would be infinitely a better idea, because that's 20 rocket launchers potentially blasting holes while I'm also launching nukes at things. with the rail gun on the front. Anyway, so moving on. I was going to get this up together, and then I got bored of it. So, what I'm doing here, and I'll just do this live with you guys. Is I'm making a bit of an outline. How long is that on that side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's not gonna go all the way out to here because, like, immediately, because that would look dumb. But, this is kind of like the shape, how big of a room I'm going to need in a bit, because the next thing I'm throwing on is a bit of the hangar section. Also, I found out that, like, practically nothing's going to get through this wall, and I also found out that having only 3 hydrogen pods was a terrible idea. I also put in some doors in here, so if there's anyone in here, they've gotta drill through these. All the while, there's these guys here that are gonna be shooting at them until they disable them. I'm thinking of adding a 4th set to make 10 total. Or wait, no, 8 total. 8 total. I'm totally miscounted there. I don't know where I got 10 from. But this is going to be a massive hangar bay. Because, many of you guys probably don't know this, but, if you've noticed, the other reason I'm naming this thing the Shadowstalker is it's the name of my Korath world ship. In my first playthrough of it, I got of Endless Sky, I should say, not it. That's not very descriptive. I got a Korath world ship, and I named it the Shadowstalker because I thought that sounded amazing for a name. And then then an Unturned had it as a railgun, so I was like, it's perfect. It was the name of my massive capital ship in my other game, so I'll use it again. I'm gonna redo these. I'm trying to get some ribbing in here, so it looks, I just feel like it would look a lot better if I did ribbing. Like, where's my light armor block? Because the ribbing is more of aesthetic than serving a whole bunch of a purpose. So I don't really care if it's heavy armor, because the heavy armor mostly right now is protecting some of the more necessary components to protect. But I mean, having that there, it isn't really serving a whole big purpose. I also started some over here. I had like 10 minutes yesterday, so I popped on for a second. Wait, I feel like I was doing something different with that. Well, I mean, I also found out that there's this. If you hold control down, you've got multiple arrays of, shoot, I'm blanking on the name right now. Utility bars. Toolbars, whatever you want to call them. You know what, let's go with, let's go with the half slab here. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. We're gonna delete. I wanted to make sure this thing could hit things coming from that direction. And we'll get back to the layout, because I've got a more solidified idea in my head as to what I want the ship to kind of look like. It's still very subject to change. It's not like this is exactly like, I haven't made like a real blueprint yet. It's just been mostly like sketches and ideas. But I've got a basic look I'm going for, which is I'm getting a lot of inspiration for this thing from if any of you guys watched the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show. They had the a massive capital ship that was like a fleet buster called the Malevolence. And I'm pulling a couple of ideas from that thing, as well as just the Providence class. With this thing, I'm trying to get it also wider, so it's not just like a tube. Because I really like, I like this sword wedge shape design. I like that type of ship a lot. And this engine pod looks amazing. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Oh yeah, and then we've got these ones on the side here that I put in. Just as additional firepower when I put them in, but now it's gonna work. I'm also thinking I might put in, like, a big, just like, in an area, just like a wall of, what's it called? Rocket launchers, just to be able to, like, throw some crap out. But this is gonna be the main hangar bay area. I'm thinking, underneath docking is probably gonna be how we do it. No, I've got it. I know how I'm gonna do this now. Okay. Because I've got a ship idea, a mini ship that's like a sub part of this big ship. I saw a video. I had thought about it with the front of this ship, and then somebody had a big scrapper thing with big jaws on it that would, like, expand out to, like, basically eat a ship. I want to get, like, a mini one of those, but dual end it. So one end is for going out and one end is for ships, one end is for asteroids, kind of deal. That way I can also just get raw materials if I need them. So yeah, so we got the hydrogen bay there. This is not going to be the only hydrogen bay either. It's just one of them, because this is honestly probably going to be the auxiliary one, if anything. So let's get a color. I'm gonna just get that. I'm thinking to myself here, because the way that they're gonna come in, I say they, it's anyone who's, yeah, we're not doing another row. We're gonna just say it's good with that. But we will place in that. We will place in that. And then we'll get right up underneath here with a conveyor tube. Bam. Okay. So when they come in here, light armor. It's weird, the light armor still looks like heavy armor. I think in, like, previous builds or something of this game, the heavy armor had, a camo thing applied to it. Oh, you can tell, though, where it's different, though. Like, if you notice, right there, that edge. You can, it's subtle, but it's there. That's not gonna really matter anyways, because that's gonna be, more wall. There's gonna be stuff here that's gonna, you're not gonna be able to see that difference. Actually, I'm gonna use some interior blocks here. We've got blast door blocks as well, because apparently these are, like, super sturdy, but they, don't keep air. So, I'm gonna probably do some, ribbing and stuff with that I want it to be, like, really strong and supportive. With, let's get a bit of a design going here. Let's conveyor sorter. We want 3, right? Yeah, 3's got most of my interior design bits. Wait, 2's got the interior block though. That's the timer block. There we go. Let's get rid of you two. Let's go there, and then let's go connector. That way, we can access stuff into this room and pull stuff in. I know, I haven't decided a name because I had thought of the name of the Maw for it. Let's do the hangar in. Wait, defaults. That's still like that from, I was messing around with the, Aether Sprite a while back, and I changed it because of that. Let's mark it in yellow. No. So this whole area is going to be hangar space. This whole area I've just gotten. And this is going to be the main hangar. Then I'm thinking, again, this is just a very rough sketch out of what I'm doing. And I'm kind of thinking as I'm doing it a little bit. Not entirely. Is it the same color? It's not the same color. It's the other one. It's that one. Yeah. Again, this whole ship's gonna get painted anyways. But I just like having the gray as just a basis. So that's there, that's there. Let's just run. A stripe through there. Ah, dang it. I hate how as soon as you separate it, it's immediately considered another ship and you can't reattach things. Like, I think if it's close enough, like if you do something like this, if I were to place that block back, it should be able to snap back into position. That's just me. I'm thinking here, what we'll do, because at this point the ship is getting like several decks added to it. Like under here So we'll have our main fighter gunship deployment here, and then they'll have their own launch bays at the side. And then over here, it's gonna still be the same size as it. But also this is gonna be, there's not gonna be a floor here. Because what I'm thinking is, or I might do a hole on the bottom, I don't know. But I want a way to have a transport, like, drop ship almost picture idea, and then have some ground-based, like, tanks, or, like, picture the gunship from Star Wars that carries the ATTEs into battle. One of the, like, something like that, but I wouldn't try to make an ATTE out of it in this game. It'd be super cool if somebody could get rotors and stuff to work really well, and if they did, I would be all over that in an instant. But they just don't really work all that well right now. And then this area, I'm thinking, will be our, well, it'll be like, the way down will be on either side. There'll be, stairwell type deals. And then you can go in here, and then there's, like, our ground-based vehicle. And then, which also underneath here will be, sorters and stuff for, on this side, what I'm thinking we'll do dang it, of course I break the wrong one. I just realized I'm doing this in light armor, dang it. I'm gonna have to redo it. Because I want a heavy external. I want the external shell to be, heavy armor. Is there a line there? It's actually the same block. I wish there's a way to... I wish there's a way to tell what block you had placed. Like what these were. I think those were heavy. I'm gonna assume they're heavy, and if they're not, I'll change it later. Whoops. Yeah! So then we can have, just kind of some, this'll be like the stairwell and stuff here. This can be kind of just like a staging slash debriefing or briefing point. If we were to have actual crew, which what I'm thinking is what would be really cool is to have drones, just to be like a drone army like the Core Sestor or Core Moretti from Endless Sky, where, like, more specifically the Core Sestor, where instead of having a bunker that controls everything, we have this, this big, like, this thing is gonna be huge. Like, we're talking not malevolence huge. I don't want to make it too huge to where I can't build it in survival, because this thing is supposed to be built in survival. I want to use this in PvP. I have a feeling it would take forever to build, but it would be super cool when it was done. Oh, that's light armor. That's light armor. I think I can see the difference between the heavy and not. Like, is that... Okay, maybe that's just, like, any block. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is, it is. Okay, whoa. Yeah, no, this is definitely light armor. I think I was just looking at 2 heavy blocks over there. Okay, can I get this out of my face? There's just a way to... Yeah, this is light armor. That's where the light armor started. That's where I got onto the light armor, which actually I'm realizing now I could have just left. Okay, for a second I thought that was an asteroid about to hit my ship, but I was very confused because I think the asteroids are stationary. At least the ones that are in this type of world where it's literally just the space with like a couple bits of asteroid just floating around. Anyway, I don't think I've said this yet, but, I might have. I'm sorry, comment section if I didn't. And I'm now realizing I should probably have used interior floor here, because this is gonna be on the interior. And that would probably actually look pretty cool. So, heck me. Oh, but that's actually pretty good. I like this idea best. Best idea. So I get... no, not turning off my inertial dampeners. That's not what I wanted. I wanted 2-7. I'm getting fancy with it now. That looks amazing. Okay. I like it. Can confirm. Liking this idea right here. Because this is also gonna be, oh, actually, hold up. Yeah, wait. Ooh. Okay. Lots of ideas just all at once. So, what I'm thinking is, so we get this. We're over here. Because stairs aren't gonna take up this much space. They're gonna take up like a 4x4 ish area. This is actually 5, so that's not gonna be even. But if we move it, actually, wait. That's an idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so we go like this. No, let's just do 3. Let's do a 3 wide. 2. This here, which will then be. And I'm gonna replace some of these heavy blocks. It's not gonna be all heavy blocks. Because, again, I don't want this thing to be super heavy. I'm moving that out more. Now that I know that heavy armor doesn't just mean that it's a stronger grade of armor, it also physically adds more weight. Like a bunch of more weight. Like, I obviously knew it was gonna add more weight, but I didn't know how much. What I'm doing here is making an escape pod bay. But I haven't built an escape pod yet. So actually I should probably go build one. So let's think here. This is gonna be our standard escape pod for this ship. That way, if stuff starts going down and we have other people that aren't us directly controlling everything from the command room, which will be a detachable ship on its own, that will be able to be like a small warship inside of this colossal behemoth of a ship. So I'm thinking 4 there. And yes, I do want these to be made out of heavy armor. I haven't actually been checking the chat, so in a second I'll go pull that up and see what you guys are saying about this stream. But I want to finish this escape pod first. And then get your suggestions. I'm making this out of heavy. Oh, that's not the right shape. But I'm making this out of heavy because I need, if I'm in a combat scenario, and the ship is going down, that means I'm probably fighting someone that's got a pretty stinking good ship. For a ship of this size, just already, that's a big ship. We haven't even touched the second launch bay, the reactor room, the processing rooms, any of that, the jump drive area, the bridge, the conning tower, observation deck, the lower observation decks. We haven't touched any of that yet. So for somebody to be able to take down a ship of this size, they would have to have a very significant amount of firepower behind them. Granted, I'm hoping that this thing will kind of go unnoticed compared to the rest of the ship if I am abandoning ship. Which hopefully won't have to happen, because I can't imagine making this whole thing and then needing to remake it. Which also I'm gonna try to figure out how to make a not necessarily auto repair, but at least a projector, so I can take a drone out and then just go weld everything up. Okay. So I'm a guy stuck. I'm abandoning ship. What am I gonna need? Oh, that's not the floor. This is the floor. I'm gonna need... well, for one, engines. Is this the smallest hydrogen tank there is? I'm not entirely how the hydrogen systems work in this game. Going to be honest. But this is the access hatch. We're abandoning ship. It's gonna need a hatch first off, which is this one. 6. We're gonna need a merge block. Which let's go to our 4th one. Grab a merge. Merge blocks are gonna play in a lot more here, because I want this ship to be kind of modular. If that makes any sense. Which I've also got a cool idea for a space station, which we might start building once this is gonna be a huge build. But once we start getting some other things squared away. So we do that, we do that, we do that. We're gonna need we're gonna need that there. Go back to 3, was it? It's 4. Get a connector out. I added a connector in there before the hydrogen bay, just for ease of access to materials and such. So merge blocks and connectors are in. We would need ion thrusters and atmospheric thrusters. So where am I gonna put those? We don't need 2. I don't think we need 2 of these. I think we just need 1 of each. Because I don't think the merge blocks can come detached without you doing it. I know the connectors can. I've seen that happen. But I think the merge blocks, once you're merged, you're merged, is what that amounts up to. Do I seriously not have thrusters on any of them? Okay, well this is gonna be my big page of thrusters. Atmospheric, hydrogen, ion. We're gonna need an antenna. That's gonna come to say we're gonna disable that though if we're jumping out, if we're getting out because of that. Refinery. No. We're gonna need a seat, a cockpit, some small cargo containers. You know what? Assembler and refinery, sure. Wait, are they too wide? Oh, that's a large cargo container. I wanted the assembler. And then the ref. There, and then with a small reactor. Wait, am I overlapping anywhere? I'm not overlapping anywhere, am I? I'm not. So, then 6 we'll throw. We're gonna need cryopods down the road. I'm doing a lot of this on screen without getting this prepared. I should have got things prepared, but I didn't. What else would I need? Small reactor, that's what I was going for. Is there just, wait, 3. These two should be, a thing together. Like, you know how some of them have pluses? I think all the turrets and then the reactors we should just be together in, like, one thing, like the, blocks are. Because that would be super convenient and helpful. So again, we're jumping out. We're abandoning ship. We're gonna want to have some, not stairs. Oh. Whoa. Okay then. I'll put you in the middle. We're not gonna have as many atmospherics, it looks like. Which is fine. So we'll have a pack of 4 ions. How does again, looks aren't super important here. I'm just making sure everything is kind of flush. That way it just kind of fits into space in the space, if I can use my words properly. And then actually we need to branch that before we put in a thruster there. We need I wish I knew if... Hold up. So if I place a... Let's get 5, I think it was? Yeah, 5. If we get this, and then we get a... Do I have a control panel anywhere? Sensor... No, I don't. Hold up. Let's go to 6. I need a sensor. No, not a sensor. Control panel. I'm also gonna need that. That's gonna be key in a lot of these things. So if we just throw this there for right now, that's gonna be moved. Hydrogen thrusters. Name. I didn't realize the connectors had inventory space. I don't know how hydrogens work. I would put the hydrogens on here because they take up they don't take up hardly any space. But I don't know how they work. So I may redo this design if I can figure out how to work them. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit a refinery on here. So we stick that there. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have available space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arguably 6 or 7 blocks. You know what? We don't need that much thrust for there. So that actually opens up a bit of space for nothing that really matters, actually. What is this? Merge block. Okay. 5. 9 is the refinery, which is huge. It's actually enormous. We'll have to have it be where materials will be available in here, it'll push materials automatically, and it'll keep materials automatically stored in here for building a refinery. Because the idea is, if this thing is to go down, I make planetfall in this, and then set up a small outpost until I can build something to get back to my space station. Or if I'm stationed on a planet at the time or something, get back to that planet I'm on. So I'd be able to, so I would basically disassemble the entire pod. For the most part. So instead, what's gonna go there is... Do these have... Dude, new hidden tech. I'm sure somebody's thought of that before. Instead of using connectors, using these. I'm sure there's a problem with that. There's no way they would allow that. But, this thing's gotta at least kind of work in atmosphere. So we're gonna need atmospherics going. Oh wait, if we put them on top, that leaves that area there. This thing it doesn't have to fly well. It's just gotta fly well enough to get me down to the surface without dying. So that's down. Which, again, this thing is a one-way ticket to a planet's surface. If we do need one, we won't need one in atmosphere, that's for sure, but we may need one making planetfall. What am I? Oh. Okay, so we'll have, we still want thrust in all directions, but it's not going to be much thrust, especially seeing as how we are literally in a cube that's just meant to get us to a planet surface. Nothing more, nothing less. That, I know it looks like that would danger somebody sitting here, because there's going to be a seat here. What? Wait a minute. Oh, I can fit something else there. Well, how big are these antennas? How big is that? Really freaking big. See. So we're not gonna put an antenna on it, but we will put, now that I'm thinking about it, what better thing to use parachutes, then an escape pod. Something that is literally meant kind of made a challenge for myself now. Because if that's there, that's there. Which way is it face? Which way is up? This way is up. Don't these... Just put 2 there, and then 1 in the back somewhere. Can we fit 1 in here? I mean, that should kind of work, right? Oh yeah, we need a... We can't fit a cryopod in it, sadly. We can, however. We can fit that. So then... we can see... Wait, I'll get rid of that, actually. What can we fit there? That would be handy. A battery. Then we want 5, 4. We also would want a cockpit. Thought I had one of those, but I didn't, I guess. We don't need a programmable block. I'm not sure why these ones are missing. I'm not sure what even is in there. What is a space ball? Well, this is certainly odd. does it do? Let's place it. And let's... It adds mass to things. Oh. It weighs things down if needed. So it's like a weird artificial mass block or something. Probably gonna need an air vent. Oxygen tank. That's what I'm missing. That's what I'm forgetting. So... this is up, this is down. Let's see. We can go out to here at maximum. But even then, only there, and like a few other places. So we're gonna need, we've got a battery. We're gonna need oxy. F7. We're gonna need an oxygen tank and an oxygen farm. That requires sunlight. Gen. Okay, let's check the sides. Okay. So, how am I gonna fit this thing? See how I could potentially fit it, but that wouldn't connect up. Right. Like that. That's how I'll do it. Okay. Where did I put that small reactor? There. Right? Yeah, 3. How is it still running? I just took away its power. It's probably because it's creative mode. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit an oxygen generator in here just because of the piping problems. I mean, I highly doubt I would run out of air from a med bay. Yeah, we need a med bay over that. Med bay. that whole area can fit one medbay. Because it's 2 blocks wide. I wouldn't be able to get in. Crap, I'm trying to think of a way I can fit that. It's just too small. I'll have to make one if I were to, I would have to make one afterwards. So I would need medical components. So at all times, the ship's gonna need medical components, like a crap ton of metal. It's gonna need gyros. It's the ship. Ships need gyros. That way, we can kind of try to control our landing. Nope, I already had one before, too. I have to get rid of this ion thruster. And that one. Think a way around the problem. Wait. If we take those out, then we can put back in the ion thruster. At least that one. And swivel it around that way. And then, no, actually, wait, not there. I mean, how much reverse thrust am I actually gonna need? I'm thinking that probably one may be enough. I'll have to fly this thing around a small bit. I need, and then that allows me to put where did I put it? I put it there. Okay. I actually need this first, and then It's not going to be aesthetically pleasing. Just hope. Well, I'm going to cover it up with a blast door. Wait. Wait. Not realizing a blast door, not a blast door, an airtight door would not cover this whole thing up. So, I need an air vent there. Second one. That caused problems trying to get in. No, it won't. That's good to know. That will not cause problems getting in. Which actually I don't think I actually need that. Yeah, because if I'm in there, I'm not going to need that. What I will need, though, is not a small reactor, a parachute hatch. Dang it. 7. Bam. Fix it. And then I've got a gyro. So then that fits in nicely there. Yeah! That's pretty good. I should check the stream in a second. Hold up. Because I have no earthly idea if anyone's saying anything. That should have all the necessities. Let's see, oxygen, hydrogen, stuff for making a base, and stuff for getting back up into space. Preferably with a vengeance. Dang it. Dang it. Or, if I'm stuck in space, it'll be until, I can come get either a drone to come pick me up, it's kind of roomy-ish. It's only a block, but like, still feels like you can kind of do some stuff in here. Like you can easily access some of the ports. Well, let's see everything that's connected. Oxygen tank, parachute hatch, reactor, cargo container, assembler. Yeah, everything's connected. Amazing. I'm thinking, what else would I need? Doomsday scenario. Think, because I want to maximize usage of space. What else would I need in this kind of scenario? Advanced rotor part, no. Air vent, no. Already got one of those. Solar panel would be nice. Medical room would be nice, but there's not enough room for those. Communication system would be nice, but again, not enough room scenario. How big is that? That's a... I'll have to build that. This room won't need to be pressurized or anything. It's just the cabin that needs to be pressurized. Look. We go into this mode. Actually, a semi-maneuverable thing. That's pretty... For an escape pod, it's really good. there's interior walls. Good to know. Ow. Hurt myself for no reason at all. Interior pillar. Okay, you know what? I'm saying that that's a pod. It's an ugly thing, but it should work. Well, let's put in some extra chairs. Each pod will be able to fit 3 people. Wait. I've got a block there I can use. What if I stuck I would use a laser antenna because I think those are smaller. Could be wrong on that. But, the problem with that is there's not really much, I can do with a laser antenna in an escape pod because I would be wanting to get any drone possible to come pick me up. And I would have to, not a decoy. I mean, we can put one there. Access this. Get full light. Interior light and I increase its radius. That works. And then we can put a secondary battery up here. Right? Question mark. Where's the battery? Ah, 8. Took me a second. Ooh, and there's a panel there too I can connect everything with. There's panels everywhere I can connect with. I didn't realize the batteries have panels. So this pod can fit a maximum of 4 people in it. Which for an escape pod I think is pretty good. I need a backup camera. I did again. And of course I can't remember what button I put it under. Ah, there it is. Wait, there's... What? Okay. I knew that this door wasn't existent. I just didn't know that I could do that. Okay. So we're escaping the ship. Go, 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 go. Get to the escape pods. That good old scenario. And then let's set up the board. Let's actually hit K. Let's get thrusters, block group, Atmos thrusters. Save. So then ions go under ion thrusters. And then the air vent will want to go on a thing, so then let's get air vent for depressurized on off. Oh wait, we also want the this is a lot of just like random work on this one escape pod, but I'm gonna just copy paste them. Like I'm gonna save a blueprint of the escape pod, and I'm probably gonna use it in almost every build I do. So it's kind of a necessary just time spend. I could be cheeky and make this into a separate video as well, like record the making of this, and then do like a spotlight over it. That could be pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna do a spotlight over the whole Shadowstalker when it's done, though, because this thing is gonna be massive, and I'm gonna do like a full tour. That'd be pretty cool. I need... What am I looking for? I'm looking for... parachute hatch. Auto deploy should definitely be on. Parachutes. Save. Now we need to put groups, Atmos thrusters, toggle block on off, toggle block on off, toggle block on off, camera, view. So wait, if I hit 5. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. It's tilted. Smile for the camera. assuming that dot goes down, right? So if I hit... Oh, I better redo the... view. Nope, now it's upside down. Let's get out of this. Get out of here. I like how they've got two doors. Two ways of getting in those cockpits. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I do prefer the fighter cockpit, though. Just in general. It just looks sleeker. To me, that looks like it would be backwards, but okay. And view, and then it's 6, is it 5? Huh. Whoops, down. Nope, that's right. It's just weird. Nope, wait, it's upside down. It is directly upside down. I wish there's like a this way up, you know? Wait, so if it was like that before, then that is the correct orientation. View. Okay, for whatever reason, it's up and down or backwards. Which is fine, I guess. Get out of there. What am I doing wrong? Okay. It's weird. All of the controls are inverted. Because it's backwards. I think it's just, it's too small. Yeah, we're trying to fit the exact same size of hole. So actually what I'm just going to need to do is I'm just going to need to cut this here and then move everything over by 1. That way it's big enough to fit. So then that can just this side's gonna have it removed from there. So yeah, so it's gonna look like that. And then we're gonna set the other merge block. What is it? I feel like something's happening over here. That's weird. If somebody knows in the comments what that does, please let me know. Because I do not know what that does. And then we're gonna need gravity generators, so gravity generator. We're also gonna need merge block, but we have that already. Under which hotel is it? Don't know. It was this one, wasn't it? Yes. Merge block. Aha. Wait. It's upside down. That way, and then that way. And that's gonna be that. And then I need a con. Connector. What? When you scoot in your chair and it deletes a block. Off. Off. A. Okay, so all those gravity generators are off. I need to go through and find out which ones are which. Real quick. So grav. That's not one of these. It's not one of these. Grav. This ship doesn't have an antenna, so therefore I can't see the. Oh. Okay. This is temporary antenna right here. So now I can see all the gravity generators. Okay. Dude, that's actually really helpful. But which gravity generators are these? Wait. Those don't show up on the HUD. So I haven't turned those ones on for show. That means that these will be the escape pod ones. So we'll do gravity. Okay. doesn't turn off that one. Grav 10. So this one. Name. Oh wait, what if we just take... Okay, so we find... So... That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one are all in a group together. That one. We want this one. Wait. This one. This one, this one. This one, this one. In a group called Escape Pod 1 Launch. No, wait. Grab. Okay, delete that group. So now these should all be in. If we hit F. See. I missed one because that grab. I have the wrong gravity generator 10. Grab. So wait. So delete that group. Turn that on. That one turns on. So that's gravity generator 10. So we first I'll turn that off and turn that off. Actually, wait, turn that on so then we can just easily tell. Yes, so wait, so this one, not that one, this one, that one, and that one are all going to be a part of the group Escape Pod 1 Graph. Save. So then we come back to here. We hit 6. We hit 6. Or 5 rather, not 6. Dang it. I'm an idiot. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna make it. We're still gonna make it. It's fine. Just means that I'm literally so dumb. Let's put the merge block on, but then let's not put in the right orientation. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a smart idea. You watch. I would have gone to merge with the Shadowstalker, and I would have been completely off. Oh, hey. I should have... Okay. Mer... Oh. Dang it. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, we're at least merged. Holy... Gravity generators are still on. Okay. Remote access. Open terminal. The Shadowstalker. How do I... Hold up. How do I change the name of the grid? It's my thing. Toggle those off. Yeah, I've got to configure the generators. Okay, let's see, K. Let's get... Oh, it's showing everything, okay. So let's Let's find con. Okay, we're gonna have to be super careful about this. There, now we only see us. So I need that connector and that merge block to become the pod 1 connectors. Pod 1 connectors. So then if we just turn that merge block back on, then we just hit F. We're stuck. That's because our backpack isn't on. Okay. So we're remerged. So now I can go here. Could have just done this before. So let's just 6 off, 7 on. So are we connected or disconnected? Aren't these connecting? Exactly. Oh, maybe it's because, so if we go to K, get me merge. Then, so if we're merged, right, we're merged. Yes, we are merged. I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure we're merged. So then I just go to connector 3. Okay. Is that other one not on? Anyway, we'll fiddle with the pod later. The important thing is, I think that it's working. But we're gonna have to run line like this. Why am I being pushed? Whoa. gravity generator on. I have a feeling I'm not orienting the gravity generators right, and that's why I'm getting weird things. Is it was like pushing me away. Shouldn't gravity generators pull you through unless you set them inversely, which is how a gravity gun works? That one was on. Bruh. What do you mean? Okay, so here's where we connect into the pod. I'm upside down. That's right. There, now I'm on the floor. We need a place for that to go. We're gonna need more than one as well. Maybe. I don't know. We might need more than one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far these things go. So why is it that... Can I just, like, not walk on that? The more you know. You can't walk on antenna bases. In 0G with magnet boots. Oh, it is dark in this room. Let's put some... Well, let's put some light armor in here. I'm feeling some light armor. Kept clicking the wrong button over and over again. Okay, so just type it in there. Lights. You know what, this is just adding extra weight. It's not protecting anything. That's already nigh invulnerable. Because of the fact that it's 3 blocks thick. If I'm letting something hammer me enough to get through that, then like we've got a problem. And light armor isn't gonna fix it. However, lights would be nice. Or my interior lights. Wait, I had interior lights. Hold up. It was 7, right? No, 6. 6, okay. Let's, I don't know. Smack 1. There could be a connector there. Stick it there. Stick one there. Here, I need to use this. Oh, wait. Yeah. Right. Let's rename this to Pod 1 Light. Because that's in the escape pod. I haven't put any other lights in. So is show on HUD. I turned off my HUD. That's the antenna. I added this in, so it's not you. It is not the construction site. I turned off one of the gravity generators ones, but those are, I'm gonna end up destroying all those anyways. Interior light 3. What is that? Why is it a neutral setting? Aren't whites neutral? Where did it? Where is that? It's in. What do you mean that was light the whole time? Oh, because I was looking at the wrong light. Okay. Fine then. What does it look out? Okay, well we're gonna turn up their intensity anyways. But I wanna like start wiring rooms together. And then continuing to do that as I go along. So light. So that's light 3 is on the HUD. You know, let's put all the lights on the HUD. Show on HUD. Okay, that just cluttered up the HUD. So this is, so we need corner light 29. Let's get all of them. Because, yeah, we need more lights. Where is it? Yep, they're on the middle. I'm also thinking I'm gonna have a lockdown procedure. Where, I hit the lockdown button and, like, all the windows, all the doors, everything just seals off. If I think I've got an intruder on board or something. Or, like, if I leave the game, or I'm about to leave the game, I'm gonna have, like, I'm gonna have various procedural lockdowns for various, times. Is what I'm wanting to do. So I need 29, 30, 28, 26, 24, 23, 22. Okay. They're numbered by when they're placed, so. Where's the, and then I'll be able to get this off my screen. So then we want, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo the hangar doors as well. We want lights. Control A. Showing HUD all off. Corner light 25 is up here. Okay, so corner light 25 gets skipped. So we need gear, K. Dang it, I was in the right thing. Light. Where's 20? Where's 20 and where's 30? Corner light 25. Okay. Wait, is that corner light 30? That is corner light 30, so 30 through what? Apparently food's here, in case anyone was wondering. I'm gonna have to cut the live stream in a minute. We didn't get much progress done, so instead of worrying about room lighting, let's talk through the plan. And I'm probably gonna live stream once I'm done eating. So we've got kind of a foundation, sorta, for the hangar bay setup. What I'm thinking is there's gonna be like some cool ribbing shenanigans I'm gonna pull in through here. And all of these turrets are kind of gonna get shifted around a bit, which will hopefully connect down into here, which, by the way, I didn't make this on the other side, but this is a decoy pod. It's like, I'm gonna use these for my decoys, at least on the side, because I wanted it to give it a bit of detailing, and I wanted it to have these, and I figured these would be pretty good. That'd be a pretty good spot for them. However, I feel like should probably be covered up there. I'll work on it. It's just a design thing. So then we'll have this will be enclosed too. It's not going to be just like that, and then that's it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Shoot. That's going to be exposed. I don't know how to fix that problem. I would say shrink the pod, but it's kind of as small as it's gonna go. Yep. So, past this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our, words. We're gonna have our big, material grabbing ship. That'll be like a sub-ship inside the ship. And then, past that, I don't know how far that'll be. I'm thinking, pretty much the ship's gonna start getting huge there. It's basically gonna be the end of the ship. There's gonna be so much there. But it's gonna be also a massive area. Because, the hangar bays are supposed to be about the middle of the ship. Which is why I thought it would be probably a smart idea to put escape pods there. At least some escape pods. That way, if I'm in the hangar bay, for instance, and somehow, like I rush down to the hangar bay because of something that's happening in the middle of a fight, and then we just need to abandon ship for some reason. I can just pop into one of these, and if I'm with friends, have like some friends get into escape pods as well, and then just go. Get as much resources in here through the connector system and just go. Which I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to have a way to just drop most of the cargo out. And hope that I can get reinforcements sent in to support the ship. Anyway, I've got food. I haven't been even checking with you guys, I'm sorry. Let's see, did anyone even really say anything? We've got one watching. Top chat. You guys haven't said anything. It says say something, so something. Yeah. Hey, we got a pretty good time here. I had fun. We'll be back shortly after. We'll take a food break, that kind of stuff. It might be tomorrow by the time I get back, honestly. But, I'll see you guys then. If you enjoyed it, got suggestions, that kind of thing, whoever's watching, hi, hello, how are you doing? So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you dudes later. Peace. Wait, no, go. Oh. Seriously, Space Engineers, I was doing my outro. You gotta do me like that. What do you mean? Okay, for real now.